Howdy do, buckaroos. So, update. Well, that sounded like I was gonna give you an update. I don't have any my life has not changed. But The Sims had an update. Yes, and it was a huge, massive build update. This is me playing with ladders. I am very interested in that ladder and how it worked. I'm still sorting things out. This wraparound porch, look, but also me free placing doors. I know it fast forwarded through it, but I sat there for a good several minutes, just like moving the door back and forth because I could. That's where we're at. That's what makes me happy right now. This front bit of this wraparound porch, if you're looking at the front door, when your sim goes to the right, there is something, and I haven't figured out what it is, that keeps them from walking around that corner to get to the ladder. And you'll see in the screenshots that I ended up putting a second staircase on the back of this. This is a micro home, by the way. It's exactly 32 tiles. I cheated. It doesn't think the roof is tiles because I didn't complete the fence. So yeah, this is a micro home. I spent a lot of time trying to disguise the weird column roof situation, but I am happy with how it looks. I'm just worried that that might be what is causing the issue. It shouldn't. I ended up using debug items. The columns wouldn't stop us. I think it might be that I put a plant. Oh, hiccup, sorry. That I put a plant on that right wall. I think that might take up too much space, but your sim seems to stop before then. If anybody wants to download this and give it a shot and tell me what you think is keeping sims from walking through, that would be wonderful. But the concept for this build, sorry, I got very sidetracked because I am very confused as to what is prohibiting, like what the issue with the routing there is. Look, I do want to note that there is a little bit of an unsettling thing that happens when you're placing windows and the door isn't in one square of the grid. Again, these are the plants I placed that I think might be in the way. But you saw it. Oh, for a second I was going to move the house, but you saw it while I was placing the windows where it makes it look like that's not going to work. It starts to make the door or the window clip out a little bit. Once you place it, that goes away. There is also an unsettling thing where if your door is not perfectly on the grid, your door won't show up it's complicated. And I also don't know if it's because I'm in laptop mode. See, you could see it just then, where when the walls are up, and I check for it, where when the walls are up, you can't see that there's a doorway in the front there. That's a little unsettling, but it's not real. It's not actually an obstacle. Your sim will still use that door. The animation is a little weird. The sims will go through, like, the most approximate square on the grid instead of directly through the door, which I found very interesting, but didn't cause any issues. And again, I only played for a few minutes because this is an off-the-grid lot because they did that big off-the-grid revamp, and I wanted to see how that went because I really like the concept of off-the-grid lots. Especially with Eco Lifestyle coming out, and I know I am amongst the minority here, but I'm really excited about Eco Lifestyle. I think it's going to be super cool. I'm really excited about it. It's my kind of build. Especially with Eco Lifestyle coming out. I wanted to play with some of these off-the-grid lot traits before it became something that I wanted to do with an entire legacy of Sims. So this is an off-the-grid lot. I do actually really like the new sort for off-the-grid objects. If you wanted, it's in the same place where you'd sort for like comfort or lighting or decorations. There's a whole little, you can see it here, off the grid. And I find that very helpful. It was great. Really like that. It's way better than you used to have to like text search for off the grid enabled, and that sucked. But this is a lot more effective. I'm not sure if they caught everything that works off the grid. I know the first time they tried to sort things that worked off the grid, they missed a few. I haven't checked for anything like that. I just kind of built based off what they told me. Didn't think twice. Now, most of the rest of this is landscaping. It's like jangling things around and trying to make it look real. Oh, also I want to mention that I did put that pond in the back, even though it's like kind of expensive and kind of fancy for the vibe I was going with. My concept here is that it's some sort of off-the-grid compound. So whoever lives here lives completely independently off the grid. So this is, it's a bit of a fancy schmancy little pond to have, but you can get water out of this pond. It's one of the new functions with the way that they have changed bills and utilities. There are some objects that will allow you to use a get water interaction, and it will lower, in our case, because we're off the grid, it allows you to do more with your plumbing. Like you can take regular showers instead of having to take the tepid showers that you would normally have to take off the grid. But in normal cases, it could like lower your utility bills, things like that. And you can see in your bills, if you can open that menu now, even when there's no bills in your mailbox. You can open that menu and you can tell it, like, I don't want to sell my surplus utilities, I want to use them. And so it'll bring your bill down, which is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. So yeah, that's why that's in there, because I wanted to test that out, see if it worked. It does. I thought that was super fun. And then I just did outdoor stuff, because I thought it was cute and in the vibe of this build. So of course I did, you know, wash tub laundry. I used the little stump seating because I think they're cute. Did some outdoor chairs. I did a place to cook outside like this, because you get some more food options. You don't have to eat garden salad until your cooking skill goes up. I saw in the patch notes that there are more off-the-grid meals that you can make, but I didn't play for long enough or have a sim that had like really high cooking skills, so I don't know what those are. I'm sure somebody can tell you if they played with a higher skill sim. But having that barbecue pit out lets you right off the bat cook things that aren't garden salad. I put garden plots down here. There are garden plots on the roof. I put that little kiddie pool out because one of my favorite animations from Island Living is the adult Sims that like lounge in the kiddie pool. I don't know why I like it so much. I think it's because it reminds me of home. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Georgia. So just the like everybody getting in a kiddie pool that's like duct taped together just makes me weirdly happy. I very much enjoy it. So I threw that out there for her. At the end of this, I do end up giving, I'm going to say her because the sim I was playing with is a woman, but obviously this is not a gender-specific build. Nothing I've ever done has been gender-specific in my entire life. In the end, I do end up putting a pool in this back corner because it was a lot of empty space and I didn't want to just sit here putting bushes in it. So I just made it like a natural pool. I didn't want it to look too like kept up or fancy. And I did want to do, and I know my landscaping is unconventional. Again, I think that has to do with where I was raised and what my standard is. But a landscaping hack, if you want to do landscaping the way I do it, is put the paths in. If you want to put paths and have landscaping between them, put your paths in, and then throw the landscaping where it doesn't intersect, you know, because paths will give you like little chunks of land with nothing on them that you can't really put a thing on, so put some plants there. Anyway, like and subscribe. I'm really excited about this update. I had a really fun time messing around with it, and I'm psyched for Eco Lifestyle to mess around more.